Oh. Oh.
Go. Welcome back, everybody, to the Problematic Podcast. It's your friendly neighborhood co-host Rita with my friendly, favoriteest, most famous
I'm not
co-host.
famous.
Yes, you are. Yes,
Stop calling me this.
stop being famous.
Stop lying to these
Co-host
people.
with I'm not lying.
I'm lying to these
You
people on this ghetto show.
Oh, girl. Speaking of ghetto show, we're going to get into a few things, but I decided to do something very immature, and
What
I'm going to
happened?
report back. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it like right after we record this podcast. I think I'm going to text or email 10 of my friends, and the text is just going to be, if anybody asked, I was with you last night. And I really want to see who is going to respond and how they're going to respond. And I will report the responses back next week.
That's hilarious.
I feel like it would be funnier now that I'm actually like have a family and married, because I feel like if I was 25, my friends would just be like, okay, and hit send. Now I feel like the questions are going to be better. So I think I'm
Oh,
going
the
to do
questions are
that.
going to be so good.
Yeah. 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 What you
I hope,
think?
I hope, I hope Anthony's not on the list because he listens every week. He's gonna be like, nigga.
No, I cannot. So Anthony, our
Shout out to
favorite
Anthony.
listener, shout out to Anthony. He grew up with my wife, so if I send that to him, it'll things in this house will deteriorate before I get a chance to get the
Oh,
jokes
he
off.
might come over.
No,
I didn't know that.
we don't need. Yeah, he actually grew up with my wife.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
coming over.
Yeah.
He's coming over to
So
fight.
I don't need any problems, so probably not him. But
Not
everybody
him.
else, I'm going to send it before this airs, so I will report back on the responses next week. I know, childish.
I
Don't
thought you were gonna say something different. Like I would text 10 of my friends and be like, snowball fight, and then have like an address.
I'm old. I slip outside now. The recovery
Listen,
time is 4 to 6 weeks. I
I
am
sound like a creaky gate when I walk, and it makes me upset that my joints make these sounds now.
you poor thing.
But I'm looking at a new person and how a new
Mhm.
person's body moves
Not
because
a
I'm
new
like,
person.
her body don't make no sound when it moves, and I'm like, you don't make no sound when you walk. Like that's
No.
no new people with their new bones
No.
and they're constantly renewing bodies because they're
Yeah.
growing, and I'm like,
She said, these ain't even my real bones. These are my tester bones.
these are my like starter bones, the starter bones. Okay. Meanwhile, my
Starter
bones
kit
have been
bones.
lived in.
Yes, your bones are right at home and they are ready for bed.
I've
It's
carried some burdens.
you poor thing. Yeah, no, I'm not going out for a snowball fight. I'm mad that I'm gonna have to go out and shovel later. So
Oh,
there's
you poor
that.
thing. Yeah, no, we're going on a walk. I'm getting ready to bundle this kid up and just walk in it. Good
Yay!
northeastern girls.
Hardy Bunch. What have you been listening to?
Audiobooks.
Okay, all right.
Actually, let me pull up my Libby. Where is my Libby? What have you been listening to while I get my act together?
So I'm a little late to the party, but I was
You say
committed to
Drake, I'm
sing.
leaving.
No, it's not Drake.
Okay. He comes out with an album every 2 to 3 business days. And
He
I'm like,
does. And I
I
have to
can't keep
listen.
up.
Listen, real quick before I get into what I've actually been listening to. Drew a Picasso on Drake's last album for All the Dogs. That last verse is a masterpiece. I sing
Is
it
it?
with my whole hurt girl heart, and I love it. And I made my wife listen to it, and she was like, I hate this Drake. Whining
I
over a
hate
bitch
this
Drake.
Drake.
She hates whining over a bitch Drake. That is not her favorite Drake. That is my favorite iteration of Drake, and that is exactly what he's doing on Drew a Picasso. And oh, chef's kiss. But I'm a little late to the party. I was committed to seeing The Color Purple in theaters and supporting The Color Purple. We're going to talk a little bit about The Color Purple in our next segment.
I
But
can.
I have been listening to the soundtrack, The Color Purple soundtrack. Let me tell you people something. For those who haven't
Oh
seen it, I'm
Lord.
not going to give you too many spoilers, but for the Tyler Perry fans out there, Cora, aka Tamala Man, opens up the
Sangs.
movie with a song.
And sangs.
And sex. You get Megan Thee Stallion, you get gospel music, you get Taraji singing duets with Fantasia, you get lots of Fantasia, and who doesn't love Fantasia?
Who also
Really,
sangs.
it's a really good, feel good soundtrack. You can clean your house to it, you can scrub your floors to it, you can run errands to it. Check out the color purple. Don't judge me.
All your music reviews are based on errands, and I think it's
Yes,
so funny.
yeah, it
You can go
is.
to the bank with
There,
it. You
there,
can go get groceries with
there are
it.
two baseboard songs on here. Absolutely. You can get your errands. I'm all about productivity at this
I
big.
see at this age.
But everybody knows I love musicals. I
Hmm.
also, upon your recommendation, went to go see Ain't Too Proud to Beg, and
Woo!
that soundtrack, it's literally just every Temptations hit that you know,
Every
forgot
single one of
about,
them.
love. Oh, the
It's
cast
so good.
recording of Ain't Too Proud is amazing. The
It's so
cast
good.
recording of The Color Purple is amazing. Do
So good.
yourselves a favor and please go check out both of them.
Absolutely. Do it all. Do it.
All of
Hmm.
it.
All of it.
How about you, friend?
I also listened to Ain't Too Proud, but I forgot. They
Uh-oh.
also sent me a CD, and I'm
Oh,
like, I don't have anywhere to play it. And I feel weird about that. I'm like, if you had sent me a vinyl, I would have been all in. Like,
then I can
absolutely.
play it.
Absolutely. But I don't have, and it's weird to be in a house where you have a vinyl, where you
Oh,
have a place to play vinyl and no CDs.
yeah, we have come a long way and
But not so
regressed,
far.
but not so far that we've regressed.
We don't want the technology of our lives. We want the technology of our forefathers. But then we
It,
also want like sped up stuff. Like I'll stream it.
exactly. You can play it in the car.
But I was also listening to this book. It's called Rest is Resistance. It's by Trisha Hersey of the Nap Ministry. If you're not following the Nap
I
Ministry on
am.
Instagram, oh my goodness. I love how she just reminds us to sit our asses down. And she's like,
Please.
listen, rest is resistance. The capitalism sucks. It's
It
wearing people
does.
down. Everybody needs to rest. Our ancestors wanted to rest. We honor our ancestors in our rest. It is not lazy to rest. You do not need to earn rest. And I'm like, I
You're
need to hear
entitled
this.
to it.
I could see me in my big age with my with my my captain
You deserve,
walking
girl.
through the house with some beautiful slippers filled with plants. This shiny floors, shiny wooden floors, and like big tall windows, and like there's music playing. Jade's playing just some random song. I
You
see that for
deserve
me.
rest and luxury,
I see
luxurious
that for
rest.
me. Yes.
You deserve, friend. You
And then
do.
pulling up on a lounger and just my favorite thing that she says is every closed eye ain't sleep.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, because you think about how many times you just sit and just close your eyes, just have a moment to just close your eyes, not necessarily rest. I mean, not necessarily sleeping,
Hmm.
but we do it in prayer. Some people do it to hear music better, things like that. And I love that she like reminds us to sit and close our eyes every so often, just to listen, just to like be present, just to come back to the moment that we're in. I love it.
I'm
So
a
the book is
fan.
called Rest is Resistance by Trisha Hersey of the Nap Ministry.
Yes, I am a fan of the Nat Ministry.
Hmm.
If you don't follow the Nat Ministry, take 2 seconds to go do that. Whitney, heavy side time.
Not heavy sides.
It's heavy side time.
I
So
don't
I
want to do it.
Yeah, come on, do it. Just a
I
little
don't
bit.
want to do it.
The
I'm
way
so sick and tired of you assholes.
No, it's not too bad this time. It's not too bad. You
Okay.
ready? Oh wait, I just
Yeah.
lost my notes. Here we go. So
I was like, where are we going?
I told you I went to see The Color Purple on Martin Luther King Day. I needed to do some black
Some
but
black things.
relaxing shit on
Yes.
Martin Luther King Day, and I did. The blackest
Hmm.
thing I could think of was going to see The Color Purple,
And is black. Hmm.
and it did not disappoint. The movie was good. For all of you who bitched about it being a musical, I
What did you
collect
ex
yourselves. I don't
It's
know.
it's a film adaptation of a musical, adaptation of a film, adaptation of a book. Why didn't y'all?
And they were singing in the original movie. They
There were
not the
songs in the
whole.
original
There
one,
were like
whole musical breaks,
whole, but we're not going to get into that. You guys have already adjudicated that on the internet for long enough.
high rolls.
my comments, and I won't say she's my problematic person because
Oh
that's not right. But Taraji P. Henson
no. Oh
recently came out
no.
with some comments in Complex, and she says, quote, "It's not fair that the color purple narrative has shifted," end quote. Next quote, "I hope they can focus back onto this film because right now, to me, it feels like what was said is now becoming louder than this beautiful film," end
Mm,
quote. And I agree with her.
mm.
Someone shared this with me on Twitter, and the first thing I said was, damn, I've actually seen more clips of
Yep.
Taraji's
Yep.
grievances than I've seen
Yep.
of the actual trailer or anyone
Of the
celebrating them.
film.
And unfortunately, her comments needed to be made because they were real
They
and
were
this is what
real.
she's gone through. And
Yes.
we've seen countless other women in the industry, especially women of color, come out and say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, and unfortunately, I do feel that Taraji's comments in the press run have overshadowed this movie and the breakout performances of Fantasia Barrino and Danielle Brooks. And
My goodness.
and it's frustrating to me because it was an incredible movie. It was beautifully
Oh
shot.
my
The
gosh.
music was fantastic. The acting was good. And I was like, okay,
Stunning.
I kept my expectations for the film performances, the acting performances reasonable because I'm like these
Mm-hmm.
are I'm it's a singer leading a cast of
Yeah.
talented black people, but Fantasia held her own and then
Held it.
oh
Held
baby.
her own.
But after, doing my quick Googles and realizing that financially the movie is considered a failure because it's only made like $60 million against a $100 million budget thus far, and it's already gone to on demand. Which usually, if you have a stronger theater run, you leave the movie in the theaters longer and then you switch to on demand rentals
Mm-hmm.
to make some extra money. So
Mm-hmm.
technically, while it is critically acclaimed and everybody says they're loving it, Fantasia received a Golden Globe nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Financially, the movie hasn't been successful, and I feel like a big part of that, unfortunately, the lead up. We've had Oprah pushing this movie, Fantasia pushing this movie, Danielle pushing this movie, and then everything that I've seen, or I won't say everything that's been said, but everything that I've seen has just been clips of people pulling the negative from Taraji's
Of
comments
course.
and sharing that. And I'm glad that Taraji came out and said something about it because it's obvious now. Like we're going to remember the rollout of this movie more so for Taraji's comments than the actual press release. I think everybody did fantastic in the movie. Coleman Domingo did so fucking well in this movie that I don't want to see him in another movie for 2 years because I need a palate cleanser
Go
because
watch Rustin.
I already watched Rushton.
Oh,
He
never
pissed me
mind.
off in that too, but
Oh,
not in the same way. I feel about him how I felt about Ike Turner, Lawrence Fishburne's Ike Turner for like
or Danny
15
Glover.
years. Yes, like I gotta work on it, but he did a fantastic job. The movie was great, but I do believe that, although, and I'm not saying Taraji should not have made the comments, but I think we're all old enough to admit that timing is everything. And bashing not bashing, let me not say that, criticizing and critiquing the rollout of your feature film before it even hits theaters is probably not the best way to ensure the success of the film. But
Mm-mm.
in the long run, I hope that it brings more attention to, pay disparities in film. But I'm actually hurt that more people haven't gone and seen this movie. It's a really
So
good movie.
good.
It's a really good musical, and
It's so good.
I was entertained. Now my next thing, and I don't know if you've seen this, but people have been sharing clips. This is the gay in me. Indulge me for 2 minutes. People have been sharing clips of Taraji and Fantasia's very affectionate friendship. And it's literally, hey, have you not seen any of this content?
No.
They have shipped these
My
two.
algorithm is very different.
I guess because I'm gay. God
No,
damn it.
well, I'm just
I
gonna beat
gotta
up
send
some
you this
black.
footage. Wait, I'm gonna send you this
You
video
don't
because
have
I
to.
no, I do.
No, I believe
I
you.
nah 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 nah. You gotta see this. You don't have to comment it on here, but you absolutely have to see this. So basically, there's been a lot of footage of Taraji and Fantasia interacting on these press tours. They're holding hands, they're grabbing each other's thighs, they're grabbing each other's
That's what we
waist, they're
do.
kissing each other quite a bit. That it don't make that face. I'm not making this up. There are
I
videos.
don't think that you do, that you are. That's what's funny about it. I'm like, I don't think that she's making this up.
But I think it's interesting. I bring this to the broader point that everybody is like, oh, these two give kissing off screen energy in a lot of these interviews with the way they interlock. I am a person who pays attention to
Everything.
intimacy cues, everything.
You
Like,
everything.
like I pay attention to things that probably normal people don't pay attention to. It's like when you hold your friend's hand, you hold your friends like we call these biscuits.
Yeah.
And then if you hold your friend's hand and you interlock your fingers, these are called waffles. Waffles are more
Lovers.
intimate. Yeah, that's what lovers do.
Yeah, so
Friends
lovers
hold
the
it. Yeah,
biscuits.
Taraji and
Hmm.
Fantasia are doing waffles handholds
Aren't
instead
they
of
both married?
I don't think Taraji is married. I don't know. I know Fantasia is
Not that that
married.
means anything.
Let, let me tell you something. The people I know who are out here doing the most are the married people. And
Oh,
I just
listen, the singles are actually better behaved, it seems like.
they are, it's the people who are married who keep a better schedule. But I have literally watched 6 videos of these two just randomly grabbing, loving, kissing each other. And there's a population of people on the internet who are like, "Oh, that's gay. That's very homoerotic." And
A
very
resident gay.
as a resident gay, I want to say 2 things. Y'all are not wrong for reading into these cues the way that you are because you are not accustomed to seeing intimacy in friendships. I don't
Well,
know what these 2 women are doing. They've been friends for years before this movie. I do know that because they've been
oh,
playing
then
online
it's a little
ping.
different.
Yeah, it's a little different. But I
Yeah.
need, especially in the African American community, I really
Say it.
need us to get better at showing love,
Say it.
affection, and sharing
Say
intimacy
it.
with our friends and not
Say it.
polluting it with
Say it all.
some crazy stuff. I need us to get
Say
better at that. Every
it. Because you are preaching good. I'm serious. Go on. Come on. Come on.
So, a little known fact about me, I went to an all-girl high school. And I feel like that was a very pivotal time in my life because the way that I interact with my friends and in my friendships, I do think is has a lot more affection and intimacy than I think a lot of my peers and people in my age group who didn't, cultivate their deep, strong teenage
Mm,
friendships in a very safe environment that
mm,
was not poisoned or influenced by just the male gaze or being having males being present in any sort of way. It definitely changes and redefines how you view friendships when you're not doing it under the guise of men and testosterone being present.
hmm.
So when I look at them, although this video that I sent you that you have to watch later and comment on, I'm like, there's something just happened there. There's something you're gonna see it, and then you're gonna be like, Rita, you're not wrong.
Okay.
But I do feel like we as a society have to get better with loving on our friends. If you cannot hug your friend, if you can't kiss your friend on the cheek, if you can't hold your friend's hand, if you can't comfort your friend physically when they're crying, no
Why
one's
don't y'all
saying
be
stick.
touching each other?
Yeah, like, why is that so weird?
Why don't y'all just be touching each other? Like maybe it's me and my friends because I just be grabbing.
I'm a hugger. I don't know if it's
I'm
the
a
Baptist in
hugger.
me or the.
Listen, and then there's certain friends that like will go for a whole cheek, and I'm like, girl,
It is
like,
me.
hey, hey,
I'm that friend,
it's
and I'm
it's
not
it's laughter
ashamed.
at this. Like we
It
laugh at this point. It's just funny. Me and my line sisters, that's what we do. We always grab each other. It's what you do when you've been friends for 18 damn years.
and when you love somebody, because it's okay for you guys to love your friends. I
It's
need
okay.
y'all to
Don't
be.
assault them, but yes, you could
Yeah,
please love your
please,
friends. Please,
please don't
please.
assault
That's
them.
why people are so like touch starved, touch the
Yes.
tribe.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the broader point that I'm trying to get at. And I know I'm talking too
I
much
see
because
you.
we about
You're not
to
talking too much. No,
we about to
this is an excellent point.
I, I
Come
do
on.
feel like we live in a society where the only intimacy that people feel that they are allowed to get is romantic intimacy, or the
Mm.
only affection they're allowed to get is romantic affection, or the
Mm-hmm.
only love that they're allowed to receive and express is romantic. And then if you find yourself in a situation where you're single, you feel like you're missing something or you're starved
Mm-hmm.
for something, and you can absolutely have close, intimate friendships that don't have to be based on anything sexual at all.
That
And I
part.
want y'all to free
That part.
yourselves from this notion of, well, this is inappropriate to do with friends. If you can't hug or kiss or comfort your friends, are you really being a good friend?
Right.
It can't be your friend's partner's responsibility or strictly your responsibility to pour into you solely. That's not fair to your partner. It's not fair to you.
Just give
I
each other a hug.
please more
Can y'all
hugs.
hug each other, please? Like, I don't understand this. Y'all just be grabbing your. I guess not. I was like, I maybe because I'm so affectionate and I was raised in a very affectionate, like safe environment, and because I'm currently raising my daughter in a very safe, affectionate environment. I'm so we they these niggas don't even stop touching me. As soon
They
as I come
don't.
in the kitchen, they both follow both
I've
of these
seen it
people in my house will just follow like little ducks, just follow behind me. I'm like, why are y'all both in the kitchen?
because they
Because
love
you're
you.
in the kitchen. And then the
Yeah.
one's grabbing on my leg and the one's rubbing my shoulders. And I'm like,
Oh, you're loved. See, look at
I am.
that.
But it's just funny because I'm like, I just came out here to pour more coffee. I'm going right back to
But
work.
some people don't have that, and it's
I
so
know.
weird
But it
to
doesn't make,
me.
I think that there's this I, part of me, this is me being straight, and I could be wrong about this. And I'm setting it up just in
I
case I'm
love your
actually wrong about
straight
this.
perspective.
I think people are so afraid of being perceived as gay or queer that they will just avoid anything that would make it seem like they are. And that is sucks so much because A, you're drastically homophobic, and B, you're missing out on some amazing like contact. You're so
That
afraid of the perception of something that you don't want to be associated with, and so downright fearful of being associated with that you are missing part of the human experience. And I need people to deal with that. Like, I don't care if my girlfriends come and give me a smooch. And if you think that's weird or gay, fuck you.
fuck you
Fuck
10,000 times.
you.
Whitney gives great hugs. Oh my
You got to
God.
get a good church one with the rock.
Oh, with the Baptist. Oh, it's
Yes,
so
I love
good.
it. I love a
Oh
good hug,
my
especially when like
God.
especially when you've gone through something and you just need one.
And you get that
And
sigh at the end, that
yeah, it's like
exhale.
we're gonna release together. Like I'm right here with you. It's like they're think about what a hug is. Your back is vulnerable because you're like not guarding it. Your front is vulnerable because it's against this other person. But there's trust in that embrace. Think about what that says, and think about how you're starving yourselves of that because you're too scared of being viewed as queer to do that.
I
Like,
can't imagine what that's like.
can't imagine.
I just cannot.
Never will.
I'm hugging all of my
I'm
friends,
hugging
and
everybody.
I'm gonna
Listen,
grab their arms when we walk arm in arm, and I'm gonna
yes,
lean on
I
them,
love that.
and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna be that person.
If
And
if I get a little sleepy, your shoulders, I'm leaning on
I'm
people's shoulders.
my dear friend Anita knows we have taken a lot of flights together, and she knows I'm going to sleep first, and she knows exactly what shoulder of hers I like to sleep on. We
You
have
have a
a whole
specific shoulder.
specific. I like to lay on her left shoulder. It
Hmm.
feels very nice. She can have a window. I can take the center, and I can sleep on her, and she
Hmm.
just lets me. She'd be like,
Hmm.
"You just snoring and drooling
Friendship,
a little bit," but that's friendship.
friendship, and
We, she gets it.
I'm I'm over it. Like I'm over it. Like in 2024, can we stop? First of all, let's just stop the hatred in general. Because like if y'all weren't afraid of being viewed as gay, you wouldn't care. Because like I'm thinking about other people in other cultures. Like
Right.
look at other cultures. They will sit on your lap on a damn bus. They don't care.
Right.
They don't give
They
a
do not
damn.
care. Oh my God, being in Spain and just seeing how people greet each other. They walk up, they kiss on the lips, they give each other a long hug, and they immediately start talking about like what's been going on in their day and their week, and
Yeah.
nobody has to go like how are you doing or what's up. It's like they literally just pour onto each other and into each other and talk and discuss and like hold each other's arms while they talk on the
I
street. And it's like
love
I
it.
love that.
I love that.
More of that. I think the
More of
world needs
that.
more love because it looks like we about to get that orange guy as president again. He
Don't say
won.
that,
He won his
child.
first caucus, so
Did you see the video of that caucus?
yes, I did.
They were dropping votes in a paper bag,
Yeah,
and
it's old school. The Iowa
the
caucus is like a sixth grade class president race. It really
so
is.
it's like we're voting for what we're gonna have as our treat on Friday in
Yes.
class.
They get a
Are we gonna do a
Kleenex
pizza
box, they
party?
empty it out, and everybody puts their little paper written ballots in the Kleenex box.
Someone said that the Iowa caucus is what white how voting would be if white people weren't so concerned about people of color voting. And I said, accurate. That's exactly what it would be like.
I I
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually excited when campaign season kicks off, but I don't know. 2024, I have a prediction, and I think it on an
Mm-mm.
individual basis, hear me out. I think on the individual basis, we're all going to be okay. I don't think we're going to have a plague wiping us out, but just be prepared for the shenanigans. You know how they say if they shenan once, they'll shenan
The
again?
shenanigans.
Just be prepared. They are will shenan
I
the
love that video. When I saw it, I watched it 15 times and I laughed every single time, louder. If they go shenan once, they go shenan again.
If they gonna shenan once, they gonna shenan again. And let me tell you something, that orange guy with the fucked up weave and the weird hands is finna shenan again.
He's not going to jail. He
I,
didn't go to
I,
jail yet.
this nigga is untouchable.
This is
This nigga
outrageous.
cannot. I just
This is
wish he would take
outrageous. This
an
is
L.
outrageous.
Just I don't understand it, but yeah.
Jail. Like, why not jail? Why not
Why
prison?
not
White
jail?
supremacy is just showing its ass out here.
Its whole entire ass
Whole
just
ass.
I'm tired. Who we yelling at this week? Who are we
And
yelling at?
listen, that was a good segue because let me tell you,
Uh-oh.
poor Vivek Ramaswamy,
Oh God.
poor little Tink Tink. He just learned that a bunch of Republican voters aren't going to vote for him because they don't trust him because of his skin color.
Yes. Are you mean racism,
Not
Whitney?
gas.
Are you referring to racism? Did he just learn racism? First off, me and Vivek are about two shades apart. He's basically my complexion.
I'm like, how you gonna be anti-black when you so close to black? Like, how you
You are black, bro.
like look at you? You're
You
talking
are
to me
one of us. One of us.
with your Jimmy Neutron hair. Like, it just drives me crazy. You see it. Now you'll never be
Tell
able to.
me he don't look like oh my God. Wait. Who is my grandmother? Jackie Wilson with that damn
All
hair.
right, I'm close to the damn left.
He don't it looks like Jackie Wilson with the hair. Every time he comes out, I be expecting him to sing Lonely Teardrops or some doo-wop panty dropper that my grandma used to love. Why is he not doing that?
I'm just right hair, but guys,
This nigga looks like he's sponsored by doo-wop Leon Bridges and
hair pomade.
hair pomade. Yes. I know Murray's when I see Murray's. That is Murray's. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you laugh. Whitney's over here turning colors.
I can't breathe.
I'm sorry. Please
That
stick
was
with me.
hilarious.
I'm
Nigga,
sorry.
that's all I got. I just want to make fun of Vivek for a few minutes. That's all I got. There's a bunch of other people, but it's not as funny. We gonna pick on Vivek today.
Did he really not realize
Your entire platform was based on anti-blackness, and you really thought they were gonna pick you
he is the
with your
darkest
cinnamon looking
Republican to
self?
run since Herman Cain?
All right.
Sir.
You say one more damn thing, I will fight
I'm
you.
wrong. I'm wrong.
No, you're
This is
accurate. I can't laugh like this all
I'm
episode.
sorry. But you know, they got to have at least one colored Republican candidate to make it look
And
good.
what's his
And
name dropped out a while back, so
it's
with his fake,
you, bro.
what, Tim Scott with his fake girlfriend. I wonder how they're doing. I someone should reach out and see how him and his fake girlfriend are doing.
Not a fake girlfriend.
It was a total fake girlfriend.
That was
This
a
is
fake
a
girlfriend.
shit show.
This is a disaster.
This is a circus. ABC straight up canceled. They were like, all right. They were like,
No,
we don't
thank
want
you.
this debate. No, we're not going to have this
No,
debate.
we're
No,
not doing this.
we're not going to just see y'all argue back and forth. Like, no, we're not interested in this. Like, whatever happened to talking about what policies you will put in place, what things that you want to see done, what legislation that you want to enact. Like, what happened to that? Y'all just be bickering and arguing. And Nikki Haley's ass, Nimrata Haley's over here acting like she don't know nothing about no Georgia
I
history.
I
Weren't you
refuse to
just the
call her
governor?
anything. I refuse to call her anything but Nimrata. That is her name. You're not
Nimrata,
gonna whitewash your name so they don't give you the Vivek treatment. Baby, you are a person of color too. Don't let them tresses fool y'all. That is a woman of color. She just happens to
they're not
be
dumb.
a half a shade lighter than Vivek's ass. And you know
They're,
they gonna pile
they're
up
not
on
dumb.
the darkest person on stage.
They're not dumb, and they know that. They're looking at her like, no,
Mm-mm.
too close to nigger. That's what they act like. You don't think, you don't think that's what they think? Too close. Too
Hard
close.
R.
Hard, solid R.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
You think we don't? You think they don't know that? You think
They
you're not
absolutely
going to
know that.
fool them just because you play their like y'all keep running into the same wall of I'm going to be the person of color that gets the white approval and gets close like white proximity. And I'm trying to tell you every single time you run against this thing, whiteness will always beat your ass back. It'll always beat you back.
Always.
Vivek is finding out right now the hard way that the only way he would even win a ticket is if he was on Donald Trump's.
And he ain't that Donald is sorry,
Nobody else,
he's
anyone else's ticket, it wouldn't work. Anybody else's, it wouldn't work.
way too diverse for Donald's ticket. I'll put it
A little
that
too
way.
much color, a little too much seasoning in that in the milk, a little too many flies in the milk. No,
To your point though, it would be nice for people to get back to talking about policy.
oh my
We
god.
don't do that anymore, and I think the angry hatred mango with the fucked up wig made that possible because he spent his
Good
first
night.
election run discussing everything but the actual policies. And now
He bullied his way. He bullied his way.
and very effectively, unfortunately. But that's this man running for
I'm
president, discovering racism as a
so
man of color
surprised.
is shocked,
So
appalled.
surprised. Meanwhile, you've been doing it. You've been engaging in it with your own anti-blackness.
Right.
And then like I said, Nimrata acting like it's not even like a real thing. I'm like, Nimrata,
If it
how did the
if
United
it
States start?
if it wasn't a real thing, Nimrata would not be going by Nikki.
You wouldn't have to go by Nikki if
Nikki
racism
Haley
wasn't a real
sounds
thing.
palatable to a certain demographic.
You could go as
Nim,
Nimrata.
you could. If I mean, and let me say this, I don't agree with a lot of her policies. I was a early supporter of Nikki for reasons that I don't care to discuss now because I feel differently. Um,
We're not
but
gonna hold this against you.
it was interesting to see what I thought was a more progressive Republican woman candidate years ago when she was a governor.
Mm-hmm.
And but then people get to talking and then you learn about them and you're like, God damn it, you're just like the rest. I think
Just
it's
like the rest
interesting
of
that she
them.
had a perfect opportunity to just stand on her record, stand on her politics. But I understand, just like Ted Cruz does the same thing. Ted Cruz's name is Rafael Eduardo
Raphael.
Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why he goes by Ted and wears weird eyeliner. He's whitewashing himself because these are two politicians who very much understand that being a person of color
Mm-hmm.
makes it difficult to be a politician in this country. And instead of
Mm-hmm.
addressing that and being the
Mm-hmm.
change in that
Mm-hmm.
they've both and that not just them
Mm-hmm.
but others have made the decision to kind of play into the whitewashing of politics.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Vivek went the opposite route
Of
and
course.
uh, we see now why Nikki and Teddy Boy, chose not to, because they are tearing his ass up in the comments. If anybody on Twitter got a U.S. flag in their in their name and profile name, they
Whoops.
are lumping on his ass right
Oh
now.
yeah. No. Too much. Like I told you, too much like a black.
Way too much like a
Mm-mm.
black.
Too much
It's
flavor. No.
it's sad and unfortunate, but that's politics.
You got you saying gasp though. That took me out.
Gasp. Racism? You mean race?
Against you,
In
baby.
2024?
What?
The Republican Party? I am
No.
shocked, appalled. I
Listen,
cannot believe this.
just
Beside
because.
myself. That's so beside myself, there are two of me. We are going to take a quick break and beg y'all for letters, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. I don't I don't want to talk about it. All right, we're back. Whitney has
Now
watched
you
the.
started recording at a really weird spot.
I did. I had to, because you're not about to sell me up the river. That's not happening. No, thank you. Whitney is over here trying to attack me, and I don't want that. You were trying
I
to
was in the middle
attack
of drinking
me.
coffee. Never,
You were
never.
trying to attack me. I have one quick gripe. This is going to be really fast. One more problematic
Take
person
your time.
who's been my problematic person before. Um, Frank Ocean, you
What
evil,
did Frank do?
selfish,
Oh no,
stingy,
he forgot to put out
rotten
music, didn't he?
bastard. It's been
He forgot to put out
years
music.
since Blonde, but my particular gripe is the fact that Frank Ocean has a beautiful song called Wise Man, and I can't download it or stream it unless I go on YouTube, because he won't fucking release it. The song is years old. It's probably 10 years old at this point.
He's
It's a
not gonna,
beautiful song.
not gonna.
I bet not never catch Frank Ocean on a New York subway car.
Don't you threaten
I
Frank.
swear to Lord and
Don't threaten
everything, it
Frank.
is going to be viral when I'm done
Stop
cussing his
threatening
ass
Frank.
out on the E train. Why are you doing this to us?
For funsies.
He's like the narcissistic boyfriend who like puts you through hell and then pretends he don't
You've
know
never
why
had
everybody
one of
is.
those, so how would you even know?
But enough of my friends have. I've threatened
Yeah,
to
you
turn
know.
enough of them into toads. I have tried to
Not
hex
toads.
my friends' boyfriends. I'd be like, girl, just give me a little bit of his hair. We can get rid of all of this. We can make some shit get in
Happen.
motion. I
Happen
can
things
make a
happen.
motherfucker disappear, or at least give him shingles.
Ribbit, ribbit.
I Anyway, we are going to get into
We're
today's
having a blast
problematics.
already, guys.
We are. Are you? This one's. I don't know.
Do
Full disclosure, this is a friend of mine. But
I have
she.
to rename him?
Yes, you do have to rename them.
Genders?
Woman.
Woman. Uh, Francine.
Francine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Francine wrote, my boyfriend's ex and her two children from another relationship are staying with his mom. I've never had any problems with this ex or his mom, but it has created some issues in my relationship with my man, and I avoid going to his mother's house because it feels very awkward, and I tend to get mad when he goes to his mom's. I think the whole situation is messy and inconsiderate. Am I crazy for thinking his mom and ex are tacky AF or as fuck? Come on, Whitney. Whitney's face is. This is why we're going to video in a few weeks. This is exactly because the audience needs to see your reactions to
Because I
these
have no
letters.
poker face. Don't
You have
if
no poker
something
face.
happens, the first person to not look at is me because it's gonna be all in here. All
Whit
my questions.
Not
Because I'm
only
like,
does Whitney's face talk very loud, but it changes colors based on her
it
mood.
does.
I've
Yes,
seen
I'm a
it.
mood person. Not
You
like a mood ring. I'm a mood person. All the
you,
moods
you
change
are.
colors. Get sick, turn yellow. Get embarrassed or laugh too much, turn bright red. It starts at the ears with
It
embarrassment. It
does.
starts at
It
the cheeks when I'm
does.
laughing. hmm Because my daughter does the same thing, and it's really, really cute.
Oh,
I'm like, you're too little to be embarrassed about anything, child. But anyway, she's been here before. Why are they staying with why are they staying with your mama? Or his mama?
I don't know.
Why they there?
I don't know.
They ain't got no people.
Okay, okay. So Whitney, let me just start by saying I'm stepping out of podcast mode for just a second. Let's pretend this is a phone call for just a
Oh, okay,
moment.
okay.
That's the first fucking thing I said. Where are your people?
Where your own people?
Where is your people? Where's
Where
your
they at?
people? Where's your family? Where's your sister? Where's your mom? Where's your dad? Where's your grandma?
Where they at?
How do
Why
you
don't
end
you
up
go
at
there? Where
your
they are?
ex's mother's house?
That is one of the last places. I will go outside before I go there.
You end up here.
I
How?
have there's there's so many. Oh, please, y'all gotta write in with some more details because it colors what I have to say. I love y'all know I love context. I
You
need
do love
context. I
context.
can't just rant and rave about something I just heard. Like, why isn't she with her people? That was the first thing I thought of. Then it was like, well, don't she have any other friends?
Right.
Like, we could skip along with the with family, but friends, you don't have any friends. So then I'm like, I see how it can make things awkward with him visiting his mom, but that is still his mom.
It's still his
And
mother.
he still can visit his mother and talk to his mother. I think what needs to happen is a discussion. I don't know if y'all have had this before. Um, a discussion about boundaries,
Oh, for sure.
a discussion about boundaries, a discussion about, hey, like there needs to be some reassurance happening here. Are they married? It's
No,
a married couple.
this is
They're
her
not married.
boyfriend. Mm-mm.
Okay. Long time, short time.
Like 3 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long
Um,
time. I don't know how the
what
straights
the
call
hell?
long because a lesbian you together 2 months is a lifetime. But
Yeah. I found that out from you. I was like,
a lifetime.
they're getting married already now. Y'all act
Yes,
like y'all been married for 15 years already. So I was like, okay.
we are
Lesbian
there
love time goes way quicker than the straights.
way fast.
I love that though, you guys. It's so sweet.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I
Honestly, I'm
love it.
kind of on the fence.
Settle
I've
down. It's a
seen it.
lovely thing.
It's a lovely thing in some circumstances. I've seen it go sideways in other
In
circumstances.
your circumstance, it's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful, but
Yes,
in
I just
others, I'd
love.
be like, "This isn't the way to go. Don't do
Look at these brides. This is so cute. Anyway, I'm sorry. Back to Fran. Fran, um, yeah, there needs to be some further conversations between you and your partner. There might need to be a conversation, not necessarily with. See, I kind of want to bring the mom into it too, but not too much because this is your relationship with your partner. And again, if you guys aren't married,
it." Yeah, it's not a whole lot.
we can do about that. But at the same time, like maybe not the mom because at the end of the day your comfort is your partner's is based on your partner's. Now if y'all were married and had been married, then that means your mom his mom would be your family.
Hmm.
And then there should be conversations there too, but no, no. um but I need some more,
Yeah,
some more details.
con context with me. I don't know why they're there. I
I
don't
assume
know.
hard times.
One that's the easy assumption. What I guess what I should say is I don't know why they're there as opposed to being someplace with their own family, but I'm sure whatever the situation is, it's dire.
It has to be,
Um,
got to be dire.
but I ugh, I feel like the mom has to know that this puts her son in a very precarious situation
Hmm.
where it's like, okay, every time I'm assuming I can only
Hmm.
assume that their breakup was amicable enough that the mother chooses to, you know, I don't know, still
Talk to that.
hang out with this girl or
Yeah.
have her at the place. And that's fine. I have
Yeah.
who's actually pretty close to my mom, but their relationship exists completely outside
Outside of
of
you.
it. Like I don't
Yeah.
know anything about it. If they
Yeah.
were to meet up for brunch, I'd never hear about it.
That's their
It
business.
has nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do
Um,
with me.
However, mm, if I have a partner and my partner feels that they can't come to my mother's home
Mm-hmm.
because somebody is there who makes them uncomfortable. I think that's a problem.
I
And
think
there's
there
not a
is.
there's not a whole unfortunately there's not a whole lot that can be done about it because it's his mother's house and she can have whoever she wants there. But I do think it's important at least for him to say to his mother, "Hey, you do acknowledge the fact that this creates some tension over here with me, and as a grown man it's his responsibility to manage the things that are going on in his relationship. But hey, mom, you're not making it easy by trying to help these people out. And
Please,
also, you may feel that it's your responsibility to help these people out, but just keep in mind how it impacts my relationship. Because you know what's going to happen. Eventually, he's going to have to start going to his mom's less because who wants to keep hearing the girl's mouth about it?
which
Like,
sucks because like you shouldn't. This decision comes between him and his mother,
right.
not you saying that it's awkward. So if anyone tries to put it on you and saying you're making this awkward, like no, like I'm in a
Mm-mm.
relationship with you and your ex and her children are all up in your mama's house. Um, wait, are these her grandchildren?
No, they're not her grandchildren. These are not his mother's grandchildren. These
So wait,
are
so
two
wait,
children from a different
so wait,
relationship.
so wait. Let me just back up.
Yes. These are not her grandkids. Because if it was her grandkids, I'm like, your
Well, that's
grandkids can
different.
stay with their grandparents
Wherever
whatever
they
the
want.
fuck they want.
Yeah, the grandkids like you don't have any say in that. Like
These are
you have
not
zero say
his
in a grand.
kids.
Okay, all right, okay. So you mean to tell me
Hmm.
the ex, who we don't know where her people are,
We
we
don't know
don't know
who
where
her
her
people.
friends are,
We don't know where her friends are.
fell on unknown times.
Hard times.
They're hard, but we don't know what exactly it was.
Yes.
Decided to stay with her man's mom, her
Mom.
ex-man's mama,
Hmm. With her two kids.
with her two kids that aren't the
His.
grandmamas.
Nope.
And everybody's just cool with this?
No.
No, not her,
No.
not Fran, but everybody else is
Francine
just
is
cool with this.
not cool with this. I don't think the
Your own
boyfriend is
boy say
cool with
anything?
it. And so, again, being a little privy to this situation, because full disclosure, this is a friend of mine who
Mm-hmm.
wrote in.
Mm-hmm.
It's his mama. He can't say nothing about what go on in his mama house. And I
Yeah,
get that,
yeah, but yeah,
yeah, but
but
I agree. Listen,
but mom, I'm in this new relationship. It's not even new because it's 3 years deep,
right,
and this is an ex. And you could do whatever you want with your house, but mom, you have to understand this is going to make things difficult
right.
for me and what I have going on.
Yeah, like
This is something that happened previously.
don't act
This is what I got
strange
going
when
on.
I don't come over for Easter
Please
because
don't.
I'm not sitting at this Easter dinner
Please don't.
table with my ex and her children and my new girlfriend who gets an attitude every time I got to come over here.
Rightfully so, though. Like
I, she
this
not
is an
wrong.
awkward
She
situation. This is
and
awkward.
I try to be.
Uh-oh.
I said I was gonna stop this year though. I'm done with it. I'm done being the bigger person. I'm gonna leave that up to Whitney.
What? I
It's on you,
ain't
girl.
never been a bigger person.
You're taller than me, so it's automatically on you.
You want to fight?
I
You want to fight?
try to be, used to try to be the mature person and go, if this doesn't have to bother me, I'm not going to let it bother me.
That's a good.
This,
That's good. That's a good.
however, this is a very big ask
Huge.
of a partner because
Pretty substantial.
I think most women who we're not talking about the women who fall on the crazier end of the spectrum. Let's
No,
just
no,
say
no, no, no.
normal, typical women in heteronormative relationships do not like their current partner spending an abundance of time
No.
with their exes. I think that's fair to say. Even if you're cool with your partner's ex, even if there's like a family tie, like they share a child together, even when you're being the most mature, I think it's fair to say you don't want your partner spending a great deal of time with someone that they've had an intimate romantic relationship with.
Zero.
That's fair.
I think that's more than
I
fair.
can say that as a bigger person who isn't to like I have exes who are friends or who are still cordial. I just don't feel the need to, be
Mm-mm,
playing double dutch with them. But it's hi, it's bye, it's hey girl, how you doing? How's the
mm-mm.
family? And rightfully so, because I'm a married woman and I just don't want
Yeah,
my wife having to ask a bunch of questions that I don't
no,
feel like answering.
right,
keep my own mental health intact.
right.
Francine is not tripping by having an
No, Fran.
attitude when this man
Mm-mm,
got to go
no.
do things for his
But
mom.
I want to make sure that her attitude is aimed at the right person.
It ain't. I can say that I love you, girl, but it ain't. It's not. It's the boy.
Mm,
He
it's
catches the
not
brunt of
his,
it because I can't go have a conversation with your mama about her house.
and neither can he because it's her house. But at the
Yeah,
same
it's
time,
true.
that's her son, and that at one at and slow down, Whitney. At some point, you're going to have to look at the situation and realize that this is a conversation between him and his mama, and you can keep yourself out of it. You can
Yeah,
keep your peace. In fact, do this. Maintain your peace. Keep your peace and say, you know what? I don't have nothing to do with this.
nothing.
I actually don't possess a dog in this fight. If you look at it from the lens of this is his ex at
Yes,
his mama, and
yes,
it's him. And the
yes.
only connection I have to this is him. But he has a problem with it. And if all of this has to happen, if he's done the work and if he's been talking to his mama and if he's expressed his own discomfort about it, what else can you ask him to do? What do you want him to do? Disown his mother? Like,
Yes, not
girl,
it's not gonna happen. It's a rock in a hard
girl.
place. It
But
ain't ideal.
but it's not your place either.
It's
It's not
not.
your rock or your hard place. You know what you could do? Be the blissful, blessed partner that you are right now and be like, all right, I don't have nothing to do with this. This has nothing to do with me. I can take myself out of the equation. Me and my man, we're just gonna have a good time. I'm gonna make him feel loved. This is an awkward situation for him. I can be unselfish in this moment and say, I'm partnered with you.
This is
I'm
some
partnered
bullshit.
with you. Yeah, I'm partnered with you. I don't have to play into this. I don't have to be the person who makes this about me.
Right.
I don't have to be because technically it's not. It's about him.
It is.
It's about him.
It is. I mean, it
So
makes
I
her
mean,
uncomfortable, and
you're
understandably so.
justified. You're justified in your discomfort, but outside of the discomfort piece, the person who should feel the most discomfort is him.
Yes,
It's
because
a
mom,
weird ass
what the
spot to be.
what is happening? How did they end up here?
Yeah. So Francine, there's different roads you could take. I'm gonna encourage you to main. There is something about my big old age where I'm just like peace.
Peace. Oh,
Whatever peace I can maintain, because you can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. And if you come from a place of peace, you know what? Whatever happened in his mama's house happened in his mama's house. It's not like he's going over there and cheating on you. It's not like he's going over there and playing family over there without you. It's not like any of those things are happening. So in that mindset, you're already the winner. He gets to come home to you. You are partnered with him. He's in an awkward spot. That sucks. Okay, babe, let's go to dinner. Like, I don't have anything to do with this.
yeah.
I don't have anything to do with this. This is between you and your mama. Y'all work that out. Now, if you were a wife, this would be a different situation. This would be a different talk.
Ooh, wait, because the wife, that title comes with a specific pot of rights and privileges.
Mm-hmm. You
Rights
can
and
cut up if
privileges.
you can cut up at more if you want to, because
It's got more amendments. It's like its own constitution.
it's got
Yeah,
some weight.
it
It's got
does.
some weight to it. But not having that commitment also means you don't have that weight and that pull and that say. So I say protect your peace, child. Y'all go out to dinner and you put on something short and cute, and we're not in this weather. Not in this weather, no. This is
Would
this is a
not,
good charcuterie board weather,
child.
good
It
soup
is
weather.
frosty as
Mm-mm,
outside.
mm-mm.
I saw. My mother called
Mm-mm.
me from sunny Spain. She is in the south of Spain,
That's rude.
living her best life.
That's so rude.
It's
I
like,
love
is
your
it?
mom so much.
She said, "Is it cold out there?" And I had to open my phone and tell her, not only is there snow on the ground, it is 19 degrees
Mm-mm.
outside with a wind chill of 12 degrees. Please don't
Oh,
talk
maybe
to
we
me.
won't go outside.
Do it. Yeah, it's a little warmer now because it's snowing. It's got to be a little
Yeah,
warmer for
but
the snow to
we just
fall,
got these
but
snow
only
pants.
slightly.
We just
Ooh,
the baby got snow pants, so now when she walks, it wishes, and it's really
I'm
cute.
so jealous.
It's the
I'm just
cutest thing with her little boots. And you just hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like, the snow. We're gonna make snow stars. I'm like, you can make snow stars because I
I'm
don't
not
have
doing.
I
I'm
don't
not
have
doing
snow
it.
pants.
I am about to wake a teenager up and tell
Oh,
him we got to clean off these cars.
I do have somebody I want to yell at.
Who we
My
cussing at?
problematic person.
Yes.
My fucking husband. This
Oh,
asshole.
wait.
Let me tell you what he did. We had this first round of snow here. Baby was so excited. It was literally like a little bit above a dusting. It wasn't much. Child, he made a snow. No, he came outside a few minutes after us, right? Came and we played. Everything was cute, right? He made a snowball and threw it
No,
in
he
the
didn't.
face,
No,
in
he
her
didn't.
face, in her face. She paused because she was so shocked and she literally cried. She
Ooh,
just
he made the baby
cried.
cry.
When I tell you she cried like
Oh
somebody took her
my
dog, she
God.
cried. It was betrayal. It was hurt. It was
The
sadness. It was
disloyalty from
confusion.
this mother here.
And she was so mad. And I scooped her up. I'm like, oh my God. I looked at her like, what did you fucking so we went from having this joyous time, frolicking in the snow, me and my child. And here comes the damn Grinch ruining everything.
That is not funny, but kind of
It'd be
funny.
different if he hit me in the face with a
That
snowball.
who hits a toddler in the face with a
He's a
snowball?
bully. I've been telling y'all he's a bully. He's a bully. And it wasn't like a hard snowball. Like it wasn't like ice. It was like fluffy snow that was lightly like
Hmm.
compacted. So
Of
it broke
course.
up as soon as like it hit anything. And that to be fair, that nigga can't see. His eyes is all messed up anyway. So I think he was trying to aim for some place, but because
And
she's so
miss.
small and it was windy, it carried up to her face. So
Oh,
I'm
poor
going to
baby.
defend him in that right, but I'm still mad. And
I'm
I
calling
will
him a
hold the
jerk.
grudge till the day I die.
Earl, Earl, may all of your socks be loose this week.
I'm hiding every left shoe.
You should.
I
You
am.
absolutely should.
The left
That's
ones.
that's terrible. I
Hmm.
will never forgive Earl for that.
Wait, I just remembered a funny story, and I promise I'll end right with
No,
this one.
go for it. Oh
I
God.
did that to somebody before.
You hid they left shoe. Now
It
what
was
kind
a
of
friend of ours. It was a bunch of people hanging out their house, and they pissed me off about something. And so to go to this person's like bathroom, you have to cut to their like closet. It was like a weird situation,
hmm.
and you have to shut the door. Like there's two doors. There's the closet door and there's the
I've
bathroom
seen
door.
those.
And so I shut the door and I saw all the shoes, and my brain went vengeance. And so I literally hid all of his left dress shoes, but I didn't know he had to teach Sunday school the next day. And he was late and he came in. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I can't find any of my left shoes. And when I tell you, everybody looked at me, like all my friends, because I always threaten that I'm going to hide someone's
I
left shoe.
I feel like I know who this was, and I'm gonna ask off air.
You, it is. It's
Oh
exactly who you think it is. That's what
no!
makes it funnier.
That is torturous on levels that we can't even dig into on this podcast. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm sorry. I just because like the harm that I commit is usually harmless. Like no one actually gets hurt. You just get inconvenienced in
You
some
had
way.
that baby all discombobulated. The story of your life when you think about it.
You get off my
I'm
get
where
get.
and everybody, I hope you have a great week of the Problematic Podcast. Enjoy yourself, stay warm, put your coat on. The hawk
Yes.
is out there. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.